Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming back to the Mr. Show. I'm Quentin. Let's get into it. So, today's topic Game 2 between Boston and Cleveland. Wow. I don't even know where to start. Big win by Cleveland. Big win. Game 2. You're in Boston. Donovan Mitchell did his thing. Evan Mobley stepped up. No Jarrett Allen. He was out. Karis LeVert stepped up too. Darius Garland, luckily you guys got the win, but you got to step up too. I know he balled out game one and in the Orlando series, but other than that, congratulations for Cleveland. It's really a big win. I still have Boston winning the series, but wow, Boston. Well, I don't even know what to say. I am lost for words. Lost. It's games like this where I believe, let me look at my phone. Yes, Cleveland won 118 to 94. 118 to 94. Another blowout loss. And why I say another is because in the first series with Boston against Miami, they got blown out at home. But ended up, blowing Miami out in the next three games. So Boston won that series 4-1. I know Cleveland is much better than Miami, so I don't expect a 4-1 blowout. I got Boston 4-2, but it's games like that. Excuse me. That make me concerned for Boston. And I know there might not be a lot of concern because they are the record-wise best team. They're pretty much top 5, top 3 in almost every category you could probably name. And it's just but the Boston Celtics, right? But why it puts me at concern is because when you have losses like this, it shows not only to the team you are playing, but maybe to teams that you might have to play. Say Boston makes to the NBA Finals. Could it be Denver? They are down 0-2 right now to Minnesota. They do play tonight. We'll see how that turns out. But say Denver comes back and win, you might have to play Denver. How about Minnesota? How about OKC and Dallas? I know that series is tied up. I'm gonna talk about Denver later because they got the game, but I also will talk about Dallas and um, OKC later as well. Right. But let me get into it. When it comes to Boston with these games, it shows that you are vulnerable. You can be beat, and you're not all that. Right. Now we'll see how Boston responds going to Cleveland. I know Cleveland's going to be crazy right now, beating a number 1 seed to tie the series 1-1. I'm gonna actually start with team stats first. I did not write those down, but I do have them on my phone. So I'm gonna go over that real quick, and then I'm gonna get into individual players and stats. Talk about that real quick. Let's get into it. Starting with Cleveland, 47 of 86 on field goals, 54.7% on field goal percentage, 13 of 28 from 3. Not the best night, but you're knocking them down. From 3-point percentage, 46.8. Free throw, 11 of 16. So you weren't really at the line a lot, but you got there. And then free throw percentage, almost 70%, 68.8. Rebounds, 44. Assists, 24. Excuse me. Points in the paint, 60 points in the paint. And I know I haven't talked about this in any game, but the largest lead was 29 for Cleveland. And let's say I watched the game a little bit at the end. Boston fans were not happy. Not happy. whatsoever. Horrible night from Boston all around. Let me go into their team stats real quick. Boston, 33 of 80 from field goals. 33 of 80. That alone is bad. And I know Boston relies on the 3-point shot a lot. I think they are the best 3-point shooting team in the league. And I'll get to that in a minute of their makes and their throws like that. I'll get into that. But horrible shooting night from everybody. If Boston continues to do that, which they don't, but it seems series 1, the first series with Miami, you did the same thing in game 2. Miami responded. Boston ended up winning the series 4-1. Not saying it'll be the same thing with Cleveland, but you literally handed Cleveland that win. There is no way in game 1 Boston obliterates Cleveland by 25 points and then gives up game 2 118-94 for I believe a 24 point win. Cleveland came back and just smacked you right upside your mouth. Curb stomped you. Pistol whipped you. Spit in your face. And you didn't do a dang thing about it. Horrible. 33 for 80. Horrible. Let me get into it. Field goal percentage, 41.3%. Compared to Cleveland's 54.7%. Not the best shooting night from Cleveland, but they got the job done. I'd rather have my team shoot 55% per se instead of 41%. I'll take it. A win is a win. Let me get into it. This is what hurt Boston the most. And I mentioned it, 3-point shooting. 8 of 35 from 3-point range. Let me say that again, and I'll let it sink in for a couple seconds. 8 of 35 shooting from 3. I don't know if there's anything I can say about that. It's like when Boston can't knock down threes, they don't know what to do. They lose it. They put too much hope on the 3-point shot instead of working inside, working the mid-range, working in the paint, drive. They got every player on that darn team can do that. They all can shoot. They all can score. They all can work inside. 8 of 35. I'm lost right now. That is how bad Boston shot from 3-point range. Which in percentage, I'm just going to round up because it's 22.9. Just say 23% from 3-point range compared, excuse me, to 46.4 from Cleveland. This is why I also say I do not fear Boston. I don't. And Cleveland showed last night they are not afraid of you. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute. If that's just the East, Cleveland's not afraid of you. Now you got to go to Cleveland for games 3 and 4 which is no easy task at all. Say Boston does win this series, in which I still believe they will, but they got to figure this out because that's horrible. 8 of 35 got me messed up. Right? If they make it to the conference finals, you either play New York, which is no slouch of a team, and may I remind you, they play in the same division, and they are rivals. They do not like each other. So if you happen to play the New York Knicks, they will be ready for you because they know you very well. And I'm sure they are also watching what's going to happen between Boston and Cleveland. I'm sure they're watching, as well as the Pacers. The Pacers are no slouch of a team either. And I think they would put up a pretty good fight against Boston. I'd still have Boston on top. Right. But I'm sure those two other teams are watching you, Boston. They see you shoot 8 of 35. They see you shoot 22, 23% from 3, 41% from field goal percentage overall. Oh, hey, they did this. They played like that. They shot like this. Heck yeah, I ain't afraid of them. That's just the East. What do you think about the West? You play like that. I still take any team over in the East. In the West, excuse me. Whew. In the West. Over Boston. I would. Denver, Minnesota, Dallas, OKC. Heck yeah, take them over Boston. So, and it's not just those games that say, I'm not afraid of you. It's also their track record. Last year, Boston blew it against Miami, lost 4-3. The previous year, I believe, was their NBA Finals. I don't know how, but blew it against Golden State. Multiple times they've been knocked out in the first round, the second round, and I believe Boston has not won a championship since 2009 or 8. 2008 or 2009, I believe, which was Kevin Garnett, Rajon Rondo, Paul Pierce, and I believe Doc Rivers was the head coach at the time. All right. So I see a track record too. I mean, you're like the San Francisco 49ers of basketball. You're good regular season, come postseason, you can win. There's been times you've been bounced out. You can get to the championship game, but you can't win. I mean, same team, different sport. Right. Let me move on. Free throws 20 of 24, shot about 83%, 83.3. So I'm just saying 83%. You got out rebounded by 13, 31 rebounds compared to Cleveland's 44, right? They beat you there. Assists, only two difference. Two different. 24 to 22. Boston with 22. Cleveland with 24. There's that. Let me go else. And look at this. Points in the paint. 44 points in the paint compared to Cleveland's 60. Now, I know Cleveland is a team that scores in the paint because the three-point shooting is not the best. And Cleveland found a way to score. It's the same way they played against Orlando, which forced them to play in the paint because shooting beyond the arc was like non-existent. Boston, on the other hand, loves shooting from beyond the arc and doesn't really score in the paint. I cannot tell you how vital and essential scoring in the paint is. And I'm sure Joe Mazzulla is going to talk about that because he has to. If Boston cannot shoot the three, they need to be able to work the paint. They need to be able to work the paint. And it shows that they were outscored by points in the paint and clearly outscored from the three. Horrible. And Boston's largest lead was 9. 9 points. Talking about a team who blew out Cleveland game 1 by 25 and at home ended up getting smacked game 2 by 24. Cleveland responded. They're not going to do what Miami did and just lay like a dead fish and let you cook them. Cleveland's not going to do that. So Boston, you better wake up. And Boston, whether you make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals and lose, what is the excuse for you this time? Oh, Porzingis wasn't there. He was not healthy. He got hurt. Don't matter. You made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. 2 years ago, you were just in the NBA Finals. You signed Jaylen Brown to a supermax, which is insane. You got Jason Tatum, who since he was drafted in 2017 has gotten better each year. But when it comes playoff time, I mean, dude catches a plane ticket to go somewhere else. You got Al Horford. He's still there, but he's got some left in the tank. You signed Drew Holiday through a trade. You got Derek White. You shipped out Marcus Smart. What's the excuse if you don't win this year? And I'm tired of people making excuses for Boston. You might as well call out every former Boston Celtics player out of retirement. Because I'm sure they can get you a ring instead of the modern squad they got this time. I know Cleveland is itching right now for you. They are itching. You know, after game 7 between Cleveland and Orlando, the fans are chanting, "We want Boston. We want Boston. We want Boston." And Donovan Mitchell's like, hey, y'all might want to slow y'all roll. Calm down. I think those fans were right. Those fans must have, I don't. They must know something that I must be oblivious to. Because damn. 118-94. That's tough. All right, let me move on. I'm going to talk about some individual stats, some things like that. I didn't get to write down percentages, so just bear with me on this. But I'm going to start with Cleveland. Evan Mobley, man, did he show up. He showed up because everybody, excluding Spida, Donovan Mitchell, and with the addition of Game 1, Darius Garland, everyone has been a no-show. No show whatsoever. Donovan Mitchell has been carrying this team throughout the playoffs. So I am excited and proud of what Evan Mobley did. Let me get to it. 9 of 15 on field goals, 1 for 2 or 3, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 21 points. He came to play. He came to play. He can play like that. Cleveland actually might win this series. So I'm intrigued. I like it. Isaac Okoro, 5 for 6 on field goals, 1 for 1 on 3, 1 rebound, 0 assists, 12 points. Like it, good stat line. Work the rebounds and assists a little bit. Get it working. If y'all can become and seek, sink. Oh, man. This team might have a shot to beat the Boston Celtics. Let's get into it. Darius Garland, 5 for 8, 4 for 5 on 3, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 14 points. Not the best night from Garland, but to be able to shoot like that from 3, I believe 80% from 3, 4 for 5. I like it. I like it. Beautiful. Keep it going. Donovan Mitchell, my lord. My lord, throughout the entire playoffs, this man has been astronomical. Astronomical. I haven't seen a player nor a team so far stop Donovan Mitchell. Shooting the 3, assists, driving in the lane, taking contact, forcing contact, drawing fouls, getting to the line. My lord, Donovan Mitchell is special. Let me get into it. 10 for 19 on field goals, 5 for 7 from 3, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, just shy of 30 points with 29. My lord. And to be able to shoot like that from 3, 5 for 7, Boston basically handed him the 3. My lord. Beautiful. Max Strus showed up when he needed to, was cold, but near the end of the game, he started making his threes. When Max Strus can make his threes, whew, a little icy out there, right? Let me get into it. 5 for 10 on field goals, 2 for 7 from 3, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 12 points. Good stat line. I'm statistically, I love what I'm seeing from Cleveland. I love it. They're playing hard smash mouth basketball, right? This shows they're not afraid of Boston, because Boston punched them in the mouth game 1. Cleveland's like, I bet, I got you. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine. Damn, beat you by 24 at home. Cleveland's not afraid. And Karis LeVert coming out, I believe he came off the bench for Jarrett Allen because Jarrett Allen was out. Karis LeVert showed up. Give him much love and credit. 9 of 17 from field goals, 0 for 3 on 3 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Finished with 21. Love it. Beautiful. I'm giving much love to Cleveland. And trust me, I'm a diehard Bulls fan. You see the jersey in the back. I love the Bulls. So you know I have a pure hatred for the Cavaliers. But I'm giving them credit because they are going against a behemoth of a team in the Boston Celtics. And for their players to come out like that and play, I love it. And just a basketball fan in general, someone who loves to be physical in the game. Love it. All right, let's go to Boston. All right. Jason Tatum, 7 of 17, 2 for 5 from 3, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 25 points. Not the best night from 3 and field goal wise, but he ended up dropping 25, 7, and 6. Not bad. Not bad from Jason Tatum. Not bad at all. Al Horford, he is in for Kristaps Porzingis, still out. Still waiting to see what happens with that. I know that does play a pivotal piece, not only in the series, but for the Celtics as well. But Boston's won without him. Boston's won with him. Right. Let me go on. 4 for 9 on field goals, 3 for 7 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 11 points. I would expect a lot from Al Horford. I know he's up there in age, but to be able to drop that stat line for what he's done, what he's doing, I respect it. Love it. Woo. This next one is tough. I thought what I saw from the Pacers was tough, but this is worse. Let me get into it. Drew Holiday, who you traded for to add another piece for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, worked out. Well, let me get into this. 2 for 7 on field goals, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a lousy 4 points. I know Drew Holiday is not the most elite scorer. I know he's not a guy that you can really ask to drop 30. Can he? Yes. Is he capable of doing that? Yes. But my lord. 4 points. You drop 4, 2, and 3. 4, 2, and 3. Oh man. That's I don't even know if there's anything to describe that. That's so bad. That's so bad. Horrible. Holiday's got to do better. I know you're going to have off nights. I know you're not going to have the best of games. But when it comes playoff time to get to a championship, and when you play for the Boston Celtics, who are one of, if not the most prestigious organizations, or teams, damn, in the league, maybe other than your longtime rival on the West Coast, the Lakers, you gotta play better, and it's championship or bust. All right now, Justin Holiday is not looking good. Let me move on. Derek White, 3 of 11 from field goals, 1 of 8 from 3. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 points. So we got Drew Holiday with 4 points and Derek White shooting 1 of 8 from 3. 1 of 8. Damn. I don't even know if there's anything to say on that just because of how bad that is. 1 of 8. I'm gonna say it again. I get you're not gonna have the best of nights. You're not gonna have the best of games. There are gonna be times you're gonna be cold and shots just don't go your way. I get it. But once again, when you are a player for the Boston Celtics, such as Derek White, who's very good and who can shoot the 3 very well, you got to play better. And as of now, the only ones I really see shooting the 3, which is not the best night, but at least they're making them, Jason Tatum, 2 of 5, and once again, Horford, 3 from 7. Al Horford is making 3s. I know he can shoot them, but where he's at in his career now, still dropping them. Damn, Derek White, do better. All right, let me move on. Got my notes right here. Jaylen Brown. Yeah. 7 of 17 from field goals. 0 from 3-point range of 6. 0 of 6. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 19 points. Horrible night from Jaylen Brown. Once again causing turnovers, or giving turnovers, I should say, because the man has no ball security whatsoever. I saw a clip earlier, and it actually was Jaylen Brown. I don't remember who was guarding him. Might have been Isaac Okoro. I could be wrong. But he's sizing him up, about to drive on him, loses the ball, and then fouls the Cleveland player because he lost the ball. Is what also happened last year with Jaylen Brown. Once again, cannot keep the ball at his side and is irresponsible with the ball. You watch his tape. Phenomenal play. I love Jaylen Brown. Physical, can shoot the three, not afraid to get on the hops. But dang, do better with the basketball, Jaylen Brown. You got paid a supermax contract and you still can't dribble the ball? Do better. Man. Peyton Pritchard off of the bench, 6 for 10, 1 for 4, from 3-point range. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 13 points. That is the only player on Boston's bench who I can say really had a stat line because no one else really did. So your bench didn't show up. Jaylen Brown shooting rubber duckies from 3. Derek White shooting rubber duckies from 3. Drew Holiday shooting rubber duckies from 3. And I'm not going to say that about Tatum and Horford because they did make some, but it still wasn't their best night. Boston, wake up. You were 64 and something, I believe. 64 and 18. 64 and 18, I could be wrong. In the regular season. Well, matter of fact, let me look. I was right. Yeah, 64 and 18. In regular season, a number 1 seed in the East, record-wise, best team in the league. And this is how you play against a back-to-back 4 seed who struggled with the Orlando Magic, but is not afraid to punch you guys in the mouth. Boston, this is concerning. It's concerning. Because when it comes to playoff time with you guys, I don't know if it's different basketball, different mentality, but you look out through history, since Boston's last championship win, Boston has not gotten the job done. I said it once, I'm going to say it again. The Boston Celtics are the San Francisco 49ers of basketball. Leave it at that. Now, I still got Boston winning the series. It might be closer than what I thought it was going to be, because at worst, I had Boston winning 4-1, and at best, Boston actually sweeping Cleveland. I did. But the way I saw Cleveland respond, this might go to a 6-game series. And only why I say that is because games 3 and 4 are in Cleveland now. Now, I might be proven wrong. I could be proven wrong. But that's what I got going on between Boston and Cleveland. Horrible. Horrible, though. Don't worry, though. Boston's going to respond. But this is going to be a very, very interesting series. I didn't think it was. I thought Boston was going to manhandle Cleveland. I really did. But Cleveland just put themselves on the map. They did. But I'm going to wrap it up there. I want to thank you all for listening and coming in. Show some love, support. Remember to follow, subscribe, hit that notification icon. Stay tuned and alert for next episodes that are going to drop, soon. Next one's going to be nice. It's going to be about OKC and Dallas, game 2 which is actually tied in the series because Dallas had won. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I know upcoming with the 2 games tonight between New York and Indiana, game 3, which is in Indy. And I believe game 3 as well for Minnesota and Denver, which is now in Minnesota. So we're going to see how that turns out. I will be talking about those soon. I'll try and get those posted up as soon as possible. But once again, thank you all. Show the love. Stay tuned for the next episode.